Expect the 1080 Ti to perform about the same as the 8GB RX 6600 at 1080p, falling 8% behind the RTX 3060 12GB. But things do improve at 1440p, with it now beating the 6600 and A750, going neck and neck with the 3060. Of course, I hear you guys screaming out in the comments, but Daniel, the 1080 Ti was a high-end card which launched for $699 back in 2017. Why are you comparing it to much newer mid-range cards? Well, shuffling onto the performance per dollar comparison is where you'll see why. Comparing those same GPUs considering used pricing, you'll see the good old 1080 Ti still holding up in the value department, even against the 3060 12GB and 3060 Ti. If you can find the 1080 Ti in and around the used $170 price range, then it's for sure a bargain. But there are a few things to consider. The 1080 Ti is still inherently supported on NVIDIA's latest game-ready drivers, but NVIDIA has officially stated in the CUDA release notes for version 12 that Maxwell, Pascal, which is 10 series, and Volta architectures are now feature complete with no further enhancements planned, and these will be removed in the next major CUDA toolkit version release. And since NVIDIA's drivers rely on CUDA toolchain, eventually driver support will be phased out. And this all means that newer games might not properly run on the 1080 Ti, and yes, I hear you, this is just yet another reason for NVIDIA to entice users to upgrade, but it's likely pretty expensive for NVIDIA to support several generational old hardware on a toolchain as vast as CUDA. But that doesn't take away from the fact that 10 series is still alive and kicking, with it still showing up on the Steam hardware survey as of April of this year, with stuff like the 1060, 1050 Ti, 1070 and 1050, as well as the 1080 and 1080 Ti. But you'll also miss out on DLSS, particularly DLSS 4, with the new DLSS transformer model or enhanced DLSS, which is supported on the 30 series, including the 3060 Ti and 3060 12GB. And not only that, both those GPUs that I just mentioned both come with ray tracing, however you may feel about that, and as we'll see later, are actually much more efficient. Individual games like Forza Horizon 5 show struggle on the 1080 Ti's part at 1080p. It barely outpaces the 3050, falling short of newer options like Intel's A750 and especially the 3060 and 6600 by upwards of 49% in averages. 1440p doesn't fare well either, though we remain pretty consistent thanks to the 11 gigs of VRAM, meaning it outpaced the 3050 6GB by far. Though the newer 3060 keeps up the pace of the 1080 Ti, which on its own comes with 12GB of VRAM. But the script absolutely flips looking at Black Ops 6, where at 1080p, the 1080 Ti slots right below the 3060 12GB and 1% lows, only falling short slightly in averages. That said, AMD's typical advantage in this title bolsters the RX 6600 by quite a bit, though it's not far off in lows. It is a much better showing over Intel's first generation A750, however. At 1440p, the 1080 Ti is right behind the 3060 12GB, but AMD's RX 6600 is still a good 8 to 10 frames ahead in terms of averages and 1% lows. Looking at Far Cry 6 first at 1080p, thanks to Intel's disadvantage in terms of optimization in this title, the 1080 Ti gets some leeway in terms of lows over the Arc A750, but is ever so slightly behind in averages. Because of this, the 3060 and 6600 rocket ahead, giving the good old 1080 Ti some cause for concern. Step up to 1440p and the situation improves only slightly, with the 3050 now far behind the 1080 Ti, but does get a little closer to the 6600, but is still playing catch up overall with the 3060, which was just a much more consistent experience overall. Cyberpunk at 1080p still shows impressive performance on the 1080 Ti. It's worlds better than the 3050 6GB and is only marginally behind the 3060, especially in lows. Oh, and it gives AMD's 6600 a run for its money, so there's that too. And things hold up pretty well at 1440p, with averages similar to that of the 3060, but lows more than 10 frames behind, which gives the 6600 an upper hand. That said, Intel's A750 shows impressive performance and was overall surprising in its consistency, something nearing error appropriate for the 1080 Ti. Like Shadow of the Tomb Raider means impressive performance all around. It breaks the 100 FPS barrier at 1080p, beating the 3060, A750 and 6600 in averages, but still falls short in 1% lows, except all but one, the A750. But 1440p keeps a steady state, beating all but the 3060 12GB and 1% lows, but had better averages overall. In F1 24 1080, while not as bad as a 3050, falls short in pretty much all departments, apart from the 6600 in averages. So newer titles, unlike the previous game, favor newer architectures with a simply higher memory bus and better specs on paper. As such, results are pretty mixed for 1440p, beating the 3060 and 6600 in lows, but fell short of at least the 3060 in averages. In addition, Intel's last gen A750 was just a hair's length faster. Last up we have Counter-Strike 2, and while not era appropriate, it should give us an idea on its performance in some competitive titles. And at face value with 1080p, it's pretty good, handily outperforming the 3060, 6600 and A750, even encroaching on the much newer 4060 and RX 7600, especially in lows. So it's one of the best showings for this card that we've seen so far. And 1440p continues this trend, with an 11% uplift over the 3060 overall, and far better performance than the 6600, even outperforming the 4060 by 3%, and the 7600 this time by 9%. And lows held up as well, but there were a few instances like Intel's A750, oddly where it lost. You might want to pay attention to the 1080 Ti's efficiency though, as spoiler alert, it's not particularly good. Drawing 225 watts on average makes it the least efficient card by far, and even though the A750 and 3060 both draw 150 to 170 watts, they do so while providing similar or better performance in some cases, making them much more efficient. And the RX 6600 is just leagues ahead thanks to a sub 100 watt power draw, which might make it the more attractive offering when you consider it's the same price as the 1080 Ti we looked at before, when considering used pricing. However, you might be able to get away with it though, if you're pairing it with a low to mid-range CPU like the 12400F or 5600X. So you may just be able to squeeze it in your power budget of your power supply. Now, gaming is not the only thing you're going to be doing with a GPU, even an older one. Some still may be rocking older GPUs like the 1080 Ti for content creation and productivity. As such, when looking at Blender performance, it's not so good, even falling behind the RX 6600, which is usually at a disadvantage, almost by 23%, with the A750 and 3060 ahead by 116 and 171% respectively. So even while on paper the 1080 Ti has the same number of CUDA cores as the 3060 12GB, a massive architectural advantage gives the 3060 12GB an upper hand, so it's definitely something to consider. However, Premiere Pro loves a good memory bus and memory size, all of which the 1080 Ti has, and as such can outperform the A750, 3060 and RX 6600, making it still a solid option if you're doing any video editing or encoding. Lastly, in professional 3D workloads like Maya, SolidWorks and 3ds Max, it was ahead of both the 6600 and A750 in all three of the benchmarks, and also the 3060 in at least Maya and SolidWorks. It also marginally outperformed the 4060 and ArcB 580, which is pretty impressive to say the least. So is the GTX 1080 Ti still worth it in 2025? Honestly, yeah, but if the price is right. It's definitely not the efficiency king, nor is it the best for modern features, and its days of driver support are clearly numbered. But for raw performance, especially at 1440p, it still trades blows with much newer cards. And it's really a testament to how ahead of its time Pascal really was. Just know what you're getting into. This isn't a future-proof card by any means, but it's still definitely a capable workhorse with still a lot left in it. Thanks for watching. Drop a like if this video helped, and I'll catch you in the next one.